Hey, what's going on, Chomp to the Bit? How you doing? It's Kyle Edwards. Now, as you saw from the title, not a typo or anything. Just recently, Frank Reich came out and said that Matt Ryan is out, probably out for the rest of the season. I know they said he has like a grade 2 sprain of his shoulder, but more or less it seems like Matt Ryan's being benched, and they're gonna go with Sam Ehlinger. If you remember him from University of Texas, he's going to be the starting quarterback going forward, at least for the foreseeable future. And it's an interesting move because the Colts are 3-3-1, with the Titans at 4-2 leading the division. And maybe if they had stuck with Matt Ryan, could he have turned it around and lead them to a division title? Possibly, because the Titans clearly aren't going to run away with this division. But I get where Frank Reich might be coming from. He might be hearing some rumblings from the top that his job could be in jeopardy. And with the offense not being as consistent or prolific as he probably would have thought when they brought in Matt Ryan to, you know, supplant Carson Wentz, who is in Washington now, then this is a move that he probably thought he had to make in order to maybe breathe some new life into the offense. At least show the front office that, give him some more time because, maybe Ehlinger is better fit for this offense than Matt Ryan was, and he just made a mistake. Go with Matt Ryan for as long as he has. So it's gonna be something to watch in the next couple of weeks. We'll have to see if one, Ehlinger can make it through the rest of the season. Two, I think Nick Foles is now the backup with Matt Ryan out technically. So do we see Nick Foles at any point this season? And we've seen with Nick Foles, a couple of games here and there, he can go through a good stretch and win you some games. So interesting to see what's going on in Indianapolis. I mean, as a Patriots fan, doesn't sway me one way or the other because seeing the Colts lose is something I like to see. But for Matt Ryan, guy coming out of Boston College, he's 37 years old now. He played in Atlanta. I always rooted for him. I wanted him to get a Super Bowl ring, you know, to I guess validate his career. He doesn't have one MVP, but not having a championship ring does leave a glaring hole on his resume. He did have that one shot against my Patriots, so of course I was rooting for the Patriots that day. But I, like I said, really wanted Matt Ryan to get it. But now the question has to be asked, really, like, is this it for him? And I mean, looking at his numbers, 9 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 68% completion percentage is really good. I know that the mark for that number seems to be going up and up each year, but I feel like if you're between 65%, 70%, you're probably doing really well. Um, the 42 QBR, not great, because we know that QBR is done out of 100 and like 50 being average. So by Matt Ryan being 42, he's below average. That would validate a reason to bench him. And then a little over 2,000 yards, so he was on pace for probably 4,200 for the season, which not bad. But looking at those numbers, like I said, I could see Frank Reich just wanting a change because this could be a turning point in their season, and hopefully Ehlinger, like, I'm not saying hopefully for me, but hopefully to you Colts fans, Ehlinger brings something Matt Ryan couldn't, and the offense can turn it around. I mean, looking at their next few games to see what Ehlinger has to deal with, I mean, they're looking at, well, just to backtrack while pulling up the schedule, but I really think that opening week tie to the Texans is what really dragged down Matt Ryan, and then since then hasn't really been great. But looking at Washington, which I think, well, we know that Carson Wentz isn't going to play in that game, but that would have been interesting. Then they have the Patriots right after that. got the Raiders, okay, but then you have the Eagles, Steelers, then the Cowboys before the bye week. So they got 6 games before the bye week. Ehlinger, can he get them 3-3? Then you're basically in the same spot if you go 3-3. But you got to look at the Washington game as a game that they could win, the Raiders game, and the Steelers. They get those three. Okay. Um, New England and the Colts is usually a tough game, but we'll have to see what that looks like in a couple of weeks. So, yeah, interesting to see what's going on. But it does bring a bigger point because if you look at this season, it's been kind of weird where Matt Ryan struggled. He's now benched. Russell Wilson has struggled. And, well, he didn't play this past game, but we're going to see how long of a leash does he get. I'm sure he'll get much longer than Matt Ryan because he's younger. And I think Denver's situation is a little bit more dire, so they'll probably play it out with him. Um, well, we also saw his backup this past week, Brett Rippon, didn't go well. So, yeah. Aaron Rodgers, struggling. Tom Brady, struggling. Matt Stafford, struggling. So, a lot of the veteran quarterbacks have struggled this season. Maybe that's led to Frank Reich making this move as well. See what the young guy can do. Bailey Zappi, it's done well in New England. Jalen Hurts. Cooper Rush, what he did Dallas while Dak was out. So there's several, instances of young guys who, have really grown into it and have played well. Maybe that's what Reich's hoping to get with Ehlinger. Lightning in a bottle, turn their season around. But yeah, what a weird season it's been, and can't say I'm mad at it. This is what I love about the NFL. You got parity, you got unexpected players coming out of, the woodwork and playing better than you thought, which is one of those things, not to go off on a tangent or anything, when I see college football fans saying, oh, we don't want to be like the NFL. Yeah, you actually want to. Because the unpredictability going into each season, each week, each game is what makes the NFL so great. So, before I get out of here, I guess my question for you guys down in the comments is this the end of Matt Ryan's career? And I think the way that this has gone down, it's a legitimate question at this point. Him being 37, going into this offseason, I'm sure there's going to be questions about the shoulder, but we'll just say that it heals by then. Looking around the league, where would Matt Ryan fit? Would Atlanta welcome him back for like a season or two before he retires? I could see it, but I doubt it. Would a team like the Texans, if they move on from Davis Mills, can't find a guy in the draft, would they bring Matt Ryan down there for a year or so just to see kind of a bridge situation before they got their next young quarterback? Maybe. A Carolina, if they ultimately decide Baker Mayfield isn't the right guy for them, bringing him back to the NFC South, maybe. Other than that, I can't really think of anywhere else. Oh, Detroit, they finally move on from Jared Goff. Would they bring Matt Ryan there? Would Matt Ryan want to go to Detroit? These are some interesting questions, but I don't know. Maybe the way that it's ending, Matt Ryan probably looks at this as maybe it's a good point for him to kind of step away, retire, and get out. So, but yeah, let me know what you think down in the comment section. Once again, leave a comment. You drop a good point, you might find yourself getting a shout out in a future episode. So, definitely do that. But once you do that, obviously, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it. And wherever you're listening to this, do the follow or follow or subscribe when you're listening. So, do that and also leave a review. Would appreciate that. But thanks again, and hopefully you're enjoying these episodes. Let me know also, do you like these shorter ones where it's like around 10 to 12 minutes, or my normal episodes, which I guess are kind of like around 25 minutes? Let me know. Definitely appreciate the feedback. But once again, have a good day. Be safe out there. God bless. And I'll catch you on the next episode. All right? Have a good one. I'm out.